My friend, I want you to stop and truly reflect. Not just listen with your ears, but with your spirit. Right now, in this very moment, you are standing on sacred ground. Not because of where you are physically, but because you are at the threshold of transformation. There is a life waiting to be lived, a potential screaming to be fulfilled. But it does not happen by chance. It begins with a decision. A single, courageous decision to take back the pen and write the next chapter with intention. Let me tell you something you've forgotten, or perhaps never been told. You were born with a key, a master key. It opens the vaults of possibility, of wealth, of peace, of greatness. But here's the catch. This key only works when used by a mind filled with belief, action, and purpose. Most let it rust in their pocket. But not you. Not anymore. It begins with the mindset of authority. Stop waiting to feel worthy. Act as if you already belong at the table of kings. When you do, your posture changes, your voice sharpens, your energy elevates. The world notices, not because you begged it to, but because you commanded it. That's the power of belief. You see, every limitation you think you have is a fabrication, stitched together by fear, stitched together by doubt. They are phantoms, not facts. The ceiling you feel above you, it doesn't exist. You built it. And if you built it, you can break it. But belief without clarity is a spark without fuel. So let's talk about definiteness of purpose. Without it, the strongest man is directionless. With it, the quietest voice can move mountains. You must decide, with precision, who you want to become. Define it, refine it, and do not compromise it. A man with purpose cannot be stopped. He may be delayed but never denied. And once your purpose is carved in stone, you must become its guardian. That means mastering your environment, your thoughts, your habits. You cannot rise while swimming in mediocrity. You cannot grow while clinging to comfort. Look around you. What distracts you, diminishes you? Look within. What beliefs betray your potential? Uproot them. Replace them with discipline. Discipline, my friend, is not punishment. It is freedom. It is the daily proof that you are serious about who you say you want to be. You've heard this before. Your daily habits shape your destiny. But let me take it further. Your habits are not just routines. They are rituals of identity. Every action is a declaration of who you are. Are you someone who chooses progress over pleasure? Growth over gossip? Commitment over convenience? Your habits answer that question before your words ever can. Now let's speak of adversity, the universal test. Every man on the path to greatness must pass through trials. There is no shortcut, no cheat code, but there is a hidden blessing. Adversity is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is life's way of sharpening you, refining you. Every fall is a lesson, every setback a stepping stone. But only if you choose to learn, only if you choose to rise. Think about this. Have you ever grown from your comfort? No. Growth demands discomfort. It demands resistance. That is why the man who embraces the challenge becomes unstoppable. He sees fear and walks toward it. He sees failure and squeezes it for wisdom. He does not ask, why me? He asks, what is this teaching me? And oh, how powerful that man becomes. You see, we've been taught to fear failure, but failure is not your enemy. Indecision is, hesitation is, regret is. The man who never fails is the man who never tried. But the man who fails and learns is the man who succeeds again and again. History bows to such men, men who acted before they felt ready, men who moved when others paused, men who dared to believe before the evidence appeared. That leads us to boldness. Nothing great was ever built by the timid. Do not wait for courage to arrive like a guest at your doorstep. You must summon it. You must train it. Boldness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something matters more than your fear. How many times have you hesitated? How many dreams have you postponed? Not because you lack talent, but because you waited to feel ready. Let me give you a secret. Readiness is a myth. The only real way to feel ready is to start moving. Courage is created in motion. Confidence is forged in the doing. Stop waiting. Start building. And what fuels all of this? One thing: vision. You must become so obsessed with your future that your present circumstances lose their grip. You must see yourself already there, already victorious, already living the life you were born to live. That image, held consistently in your mind, becomes a magnet. It pulls the right people, the right opportunities, the right energy toward you. The world aligns when your mind is aligned. And yet, even vision is powerless without consistency. Anyone can work hard for a day. But greatness requires decades of devotion. You must show up when it's boring, when it's raining, when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. That's the moment character is built. That's the moment destiny is shaped. Let me ask you, how do you act when no one applauds, when no one claps? Do you still show up with fire? Because if you do, the applause will come. And when it does, it won't define you. It will confirm what you already knew. And so I say this to you as plainly as I can. You are powerful, not potentially. Right now, you are not waiting to become someone. You are becoming because you are acting. The man you dream of being is not distant. He is built with the bricks you lay today. Speak truth. Walk tall. Think clearly. Commit deeply. The world does not need more noise. It needs more people who are awake, who are decided, who are on fire with purpose. Your job is not to wait. Your job is to ignite. Light the fire of discipline, the fire of faith, the fire of bold daily action, and let that fire burn away all excuses, all fear, all limitation. Now hear this final truth and let it shake the very foundation of your soul. You do not need permission. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need more time. You need to move, not tomorrow, not next week, now. This moment is not random. It is ripe. The doors you want to open will never unlock themselves. The ground will not shake until you take the first step. And let me be clear, motion is not a luxury. It is your only path to freedom. You do not need a flawless plan. You need a fierce decision. You do not need endless motivation. You need unshakable commitment. Life belongs to the ones who dare, not to those who wait for clarity, not to those who ask for certainty. You become certain through action. Every step forward, every risk taken, every challenge embraced sharpens your blade. The longer you wait, the louder fear becomes. The longer you hesitate, the weaker your dream grows. But the moment you act, with full conviction, with fierce energy, you break the chains that have bound you. Chains made of excuses, of stories, of stale thinking. And on the other side of those broken chains, victory. Understand this, the mind is a servant or a master depending on how you use it. If you feed it fear, it will serve you fear. If you feed it faith, it will carve the world in your image. Every thought is a tool. Every belief is a foundation. The question is, what are you building? It is no longer enough to try. This world does not reward attempts. It rewards completion. You must begin what others won't, finish what others can't, and endure what others avoid. That is the price of greatness, and it is worth every drop of sweat, every sleepless night, every lonely mile. This is your invitation to become more than you've ever been, more focused, more determined, more alive, because life itself responds to the bold, not to the brilliant, not to the lucky, to the bold. It does not ask where you came from, it only asks where you're going and how badly you want to get there. The difference between the life you have and the life you want is not luck, intelligence, or even time. It is motion. It is fire. It is daily, disciplined, courageous action. You are not here to crawl through existence. You are here to rise like a storm and leave a mark so deep the world cannot ignore you. So what does that look like? It means showing up when it's hard, speaking up when it's uncomfortable, creating even when you doubt yourself. It means burning the bridges that lead back to your old life. Because once you've seen your potential, truly seen it, there's no going back. And yes, the road will be steep. Yes, the nights will be long. Yes, the pressure will test your soul. But within that pressure, your purpose is forged, like steel in the flame. And when the world tries to crush you, you do not yield. You rise harder, wiser, and more relentless than before. That is what separates the average from the great. The great are not fearless, they are faithful. They do not wait for certainty, they create it. They do not ask, "Can I?" They say, "Watch me." So when life gives you a mountain, don't shrink, climb. When doubt creeps in, don't retreat, roar. When fear whispers, "Not you," you shout back, "Why not me?" Because it is you. You were built for this. You were born for this. You were chosen for this very battle. And when the dust settles, it will not be the clever who are remembered. It will be the committed. The ones who stood when others sat, who built when others broke, who marched forward when every voice said, "Turn back." So from this moment forward, let it be known, you do not follow, you lead. You do not wish, you will. You do not hope, you act. And by that action, you claim your birthright, a life of meaning, a life of depth. A life so radiant, so deliberate that the world cannot help but take notice. This is not just another speech. This is a summons, a call to wake up the sleeping giant inside you, a reminder that the man or woman you dream of becoming is already inside you, waiting for you to believe, to decide, and to move. So move with purpose, move with hunger, move like your life depends on it, because it does. And when your mind says stop, say not yet. When your body says break, say not now. When the world says settle, say watch me soar. Because when the time comes, and it will come, when they ask, who dared to rise when all odds were against them? Who refused to give up, to sit down, to shrink? Who stood in the fire and came out made a flame? Let the answer echo across generations. You did. Because you were not made for mediocrity. You were forged for greatness. Now go, build, lead, rise, and let your life become the greatest speech ever delivered.